Hello and welcome back everyone. Today I wanted to show you a little bit of a look with the Modern Renaissance palette. Now this isn't anything new, this has been about a while, but I've kind of fallen in love with it again. I absolutely love the colours, and they're so easy to blend and you get such a mixture in there, some quite cool tones and some quite warm tones. So I am going to show you how to use that today. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I got this through today, and this is the Vive eyeshadow sticks. Pretty good. This one's camel. Now for the shade camel, I would say it's quite warm toned. I know camel quite kind of is, but not that warm toned. I'll show you when I put it on, but it is a great base. If you use it for nothing else, use it as a base and get one of the lighter shades. But I wore this yesterday, I'm not sure if it's the right colour for me, but I'm going to use it anyway under the palette and you can see what you think. Now if you're not a member of my group, I have a Facebook page called Fluent 40s, and as the page suggests, it's for ladies over the age of 40. You don't have to be 40 to be in it, but it's not really going to be much interest to you, I don't suppose, if you're not. So we talk about all things skincare, makeup, hair, you know, whatever. And I said when I reached 500 members, and the page is quite young, that I would give something away. And so I decided I'm going to give away this palette, Modern Renaissance palette. Now this is a new one, this is mine. I've had that for ages. Sometimes if I really love a palette, I'll keep it and I'll put the new one into the kit. But on this occasion I did say I'd give something away, so here we are. So I'm going to tell you who the winner is at the end. Just a name at random, I'm just going to pick someone and you're going to win the palette, and it's worth about 46 quid, so that's pretty good. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with the Vive stick, eyeshadow stick. As I say, this colour's camel and I'm going to use it all over my lid. Now these give you a little bit of a drying time, but not too much. That's about enough, I would say. Because they set in there to be really long lasting, if you put it on and leave it too long, it'll set and you'll not be able to budge it, so you'll still have all the hard edges. So put it on and, you know, work it in as quickly as you can. I think the best way is your fingers, because it's the heat of your fingers that does the blending. There we go. So quite a warm shade. I'm wondering if it's too warm, but I don't know. It's maybe just too matte for me, but I haven't used it as a base before, so it's the first time I've actually done that, so we'll see how it goes. Now as you can see, I've not been particularly precise. I really have just chucked it on, blended it a little bit with my finger, and that is it. That's all we're going to do. So I'm going to move on to shadow, and so I'm not going to do the pale lid thing in the darker corner. I'm actually going to do, I think I'm going to do dark or one colour all over, and then I'm going to add another colour to the lid just to do something a little bit different. So I am going to use, I think I'm going to use this brush. This is more of one of these type pencil type brushes, but why I've chosen this is because it's got firm bristles, and as much as I want to apply the colour all over the lid, I do want to blend it a little bit as well. So it's this kind of perfect halfway house. A blender would be too soft. This is firmer. So I'm going to pick up the colour, which is a kind of mauve, kind of pinky tinged, but is that what a mauve is? Pinky brown, I would say a mauve is. I hope. Hope I'm right. Anyway, it's pinky brown. Okay, now this looks a bit weird going straight onto the camel shade, but I really just do want to test it out with a base. So on we go. Ooh! Surprising. Very surprising. What I'm loving here is, although the stick, the Vive stick is really pigmented, this colour on top actually completely cancels it out. That's how pigmented the Modern Renaissance palette is, which is lovely. Now, if I was to leave the warmer shade underneath, then naturally I have a transition colour there without even having to, that wasn't deliberate, it's just kind of works. Other eye. All I'm doing is pressing this on into the stick. There's nothing to it. There's no blending required at this stage. I'm really just pressing one into the other. And it's, what I've found is it's making the Modern Renaissance colour really intense, which is the point of a base. But it's bringing out the colour more than I thought it would be for being such a warm shade. So, impressed so far. Now I'm going to take the same shade with a smaller version of that brush, and I'm going to sweep it right underneath. You'll be glad to know that I'm not kind of choking in my own mouth just now. I have finally had my teeth fixed, which I'm delighted about. Although I had the front ones fixed, I've been waiting for 6 months, and then yesterday the back ones were so blooming painful I had to get an emergency appointment to go to the dentist yet again. It seems like it's not one thing or it's another. So it's just a different tooth dilemma now. I have to go back and get them, the back one, root treated. Yeah, before I was wearing this stupid plate, and sometimes I'd be chatting away and I would accidentally spit it out or choke on it or something. It was not a good look. so that's gone. I've got no excuse now for stuttering. Okay, that's that colour done. I like it. I think that is really intense, and much more so than it is if I layer it over a concealer or a different base that I've tried it with before. I find this is working so much better. So now I'm just going to blend the edges with a blending brush. Who said I wasn't going to stutter? Okay, that's just so simple. I hardly had to do anything. Just lightly wipe the edges, and then I am going to apply this shade here. Let me just check what it's called. Oh, Primavera, this one here. It's a kind of vanilla type shimmery highlight shade, but I'm going to put it on the lid over this mauve shade. So let's just see what happens. Don't be embarrassed to use a magnifier, as long as you can see, it's the main thing. Okay, so this is just going to bounce a bit of light onto the lid. I am liking that a lot. I find it so easy to get stuck in a rut with makeup. Start doing the same thing every day, warm colours, dark brown, blah blah blah, and I just kind of wanted to change it up this week. I was getting sick of doing the same thing all the time, which is why I dug out this palette and reminded myself how nice it is. Now I'm going to take the same colour, the Primavera, and I'm going to put it in the inner corners. And there's a colour above called Vermeer. which is a cooler toned highlight, so I'm going to use that on the brow bone. And I'm going to do some tidy up work underneath. I have my base on already. Because of a toothache for a couple of nights and haven't been able to sleep with it, I didn't want to scare you with my completely bare face. It just wasn't fair. So I just didn't want to do that to you. It's just a little bit of concealer and I'm cleaning up underneath. Should I use a smaller brush to do this? Yes, I should, but I couldn't find it. Eyebrows. This is Benefit. This great little brow brush. I love it. Now, this is really to keep your brows in place, and it adds a hint of colour too. Sometimes I kind of like it just on its own, without adding any pencil. If I was going out somewhere, I would get the pencil out and I would do it a wee bit more shaped, but you know, not really doing much, so just keep it natural. And I'm going to use a liquid liner along the top, as I usually do. Just have a wee rummage through my makeup bag here. If you haven't seen this, actually, this is a Vive bag. It's great. It's one of these bags that kind of holds everything you would use for a day, say, like your moisturiser, your serum, your foundation, your brushes, you know, everything. I find a makeup bag is just a little too small. This is like a kind of a bigger version, but because it's flat, it just sits on top of your dressing table, and it's really a really handy shape. So that's what I'm rummaging through to get my stuff. This is a liquid liner. There's nothing fancy about this at all. This is Wonderswipe by Rimmel. You know, I like it because it's got a little bit of light reflection in it. It's not too matte. If I use a matte liquid line along the top, it just sinks my eyes too much. I need something to bounce the light. So don't know if you can hear outside, but there's where I live, there is 3 extensions getting built on the same road, 2 directly across and 1 just slightly around the corner. It seems like everyone wants an extension and a dog. Okay, liner. Quite different for me, a wee pink, a wee pinker, hint of pink. Okay, so I think I'm going to darken the underliner a little bit. Now, what to use? You could go either way. You could go like dark grey and just have all the attention on the top of the colour, or you could bring the same colour right round. I found when I did that initially, and I find it's maybe just a little bit soft underneath, but I'm not sure. Possibly not. There's also an antique bronze. Now, although it's called antique bronze, I would say it is more, I don't think it's very bronzy, I think it's more kind of dark mauve colour. Right, done with that. Let's get a bit of powder on and set everything. So I'm going to be going back to work 27th of this month, the day after I get my COVID vaccine. So I'm hoping, it agrees with me and I don't get a wee bit feeling a bit rubbish with it, but I'm happy just to be getting it done, to be honest. Okay, as usual, I am using Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes. I don't want to like this product, but I do. I don't want to like it because it's expensive and there's so many cheaper mascaras, but they just don't work for me. Oh, but what I am using actually is this here, UK Lash Serum. If you've tried this, please let me know what you think, because this has been recommended. You know, one of these growth serums. I've heard that one's really, really good. So I only started a few days ago, so I'm excited to see if it works. I've got literally the most rubbish eyelashes ever, so I need all the help I can get. I honestly think if I was giving away my own palette, which I wouldn't do, because I'm going to either use it for myself or use it for work. After using it today, I probably would have changed my mind because I've forgotten how much I like it. So there you are. Okay, that is mascara on, and I hope you can see the colours. Bit of lippy, and we are done with this look. I think today I'm going to go for something a little different again, and I am going to go for one of the Vive nude shades, and this one is called Coming in Hot. Amazing packaging, very, very natural, very, when I say natural, it's a real cool beigey tone, but then sometimes when I say it's cool, it's got a warmth to it. It's quite unusual actually, you'll see when I put it on. So first I'm going to line, and this is a Bobbi Brown liner. I'll list everything I've used. And I've said before in previous videos, I am not overlining my lips. Following the line, the natural line. So I don't know how a lipstick can be warm and cool at the same time, but this one is, I just can't really explain it. It looks brown, but I don't know, it's a strange one. It has got warmth, but it doesn't appear warm. I don't know. Anyway, that is the finished look. I love the palette, absolutely love it, so I'm excited to give it away, and I'm going to tell you right now who's the lucky winner. I'm going to go on to my Facebook page, Flamin' 40s. If you're not a member, come and join. Flamin' 40s, where are you? So I've got 597 members, and this was to celebrate 500, so I'm chuffed. And I've not had the page long, so here's the comments. This is an awkward one because I don't want to pick somebody I know, because then it looks like I've deliberately picked them to win it. Although I kind of want them to, but it's not fair. This is random. I just quite like the way she replied. I'm going to pick Fiona Shred. So Fiona, I want you to send me a wee DM with your address, and I'm going to post it to you. And happy using. I hope today's helped give you a little idea of what to do with it when you get it in the post. Alright, and if you haven't already subscribed, please just press the subscribe button and the bell, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And until then, I will see you next week. Bye now.